Oh, here we are.
Hi. Whoa.
We totally forgot to turn the cameras on. Anyway.
What the heck? What the hell, Mr. O? I'm just going to say.
Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing don't mean nothing, honey, if it ain't free. Yeah, feeling good, easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. Good enough for me and the banshee. Good enough for me and the banshee. Okay, let's stop that noise right now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to whatever. No, I really need the happy today because my computer situation
Here, I'll tickle you.
Oh, stop it. Beyond the beyond. I'm using my tablet. I can't seem to get to toggle two screens together here. And so I can't do the list really well. And I'm using another keyboard with this because I hate the tablet keyboard. And my other computer is really on the skids. I'm going to be buying a new one.
So. Oh, I thought you were looking at me like I'm going to be hitting this man.
I'm going to be hitting this man if he touches me again.
No, you're hitting me up for cash because you know I got it.
Well, I may need an infusion for this one.
And welcome, Card Bard. And some people think that it is not happy hour until I sing.
So he does his own thing here. You do your own thing. And I love what you do, Card Bard.
People absolutely need to go to the Card Bard's YouTube site. It's really great. We love it.
It's fun. And enlightening at the same time, which is what we like to do.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So welcome everybody to Happy
sorry
Hour.
For all the craziness here, but yeah, this is not my morning trying to work with this stuff.
Post the link if you wish to your various media. Anybody who has a YouTube site or other media, feel free to post your links here.
Hi, Nicole. I see you there.
Hi, Nicole. I saw you snuck in too.
So Mr. O is going to have to keep the list up. Get Nicole on the list.
What could go wrong?
Get Nicole on the list.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't see Libra on the list either. Well, wait a minute.
She's on my list.
Okay, well, when are you posting it?
Okay, I will post it then.
All right.
God.
I can't do anything. It's really frustrating. Well, I can do
You're
some
frustrated.
of my... I can still use my computer for some of my creative...
There's the list.
Can I talk?
I don't know. Can you?
So I can use my computer for some of the creative stuff like getting the cards of the day out. But whenever I unplug it, and even though it has power, and I get on social media, it dies on me. So it's on real borrowed time now, and I've got to get a new one.
Where's your hat?
My hat, I wear it for Material Matters.
Oh, that's right.
Hello.
Well, I am wearing one of Fiber Magic's custom designed hat for moi. I had it made by Fiber Magic for the Parliament of the World's Religions that I went to last year.
It's not a good morning for the Banshee, Angel, but anyway.
Well, it's not a bad hair morning, though.
Computers. Actually, it is. It needs a wash.
Well, you never have bad hair day like I do. That's why I wear a hat now and then, because it helps with the bad hair day.
Let's get the show on the road with the card for the collective, shall we? We could blah, blah as we go.
You're good
All right. Honestly, what a bad start. Okay, to happy hour. Let's make it happy now, shall we? We shall.
Oh, Mr. if only Fiber.
Oh, no. Look at that.
What happened?
One of my cards
is deck we need to buy.
Dog-eared. I've been using it so much, huh? Well, actually, I've only been using it on this show in recent times, so what's up with that?
I'm sorry, Nicole.
Oh.
I'm very sorry. I appreciate you letting us know. Let's give you a happy hour card today.
Let's give you a happy card today, we hope,
Very sorry for you, Nicole. Yeah, I just love this hat. It is so beautiful. Wow. Look at me.
Well, this is probably my bad mojo. I should have let Mr. O pick the card. But no, it really does.
So that's your future then, not mine?
Well, it's not the most horrible card in the deck, really, but it does reflect what I'm going through right now. It's the Ten of Fire, the Ten of Wands. Burdens, right? Is the, And this is burdensome.
I'm trying to figure out why the image doesn't show.
Oh.
Look.
Yeah.
Do
you need me to move?
No.
Okay.
I have to
funny.
figure out which chord is going where.
As he tries to figure out what the hey.
There's something wrong here.
Yeah. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Marita.
Marita's been here since the beginning, dear.
Oh, yeah. I know, Marita was first. Jennifer. Hi, Kara.
There we go. I got it back on. I am so sorry for that, everyone.
Fine. Well, you've got some people to add to the list, I believe. Kara's here. Does Kara on the list? I don't even know.
You don't have to know.
Well, I want you to keep
You gave it over to me, so you don't have to know.
Wow. Well, I forget Kara all the time, so I...
Kara, did you hear that? Who was first, Jennifer or Kara?
I think it might be Kara. It's Kara.
If you want me to do the list
it's absolutely Kara, okay?
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
Well, I know he's going to get cranky. Think how I feel. All right. The Ten of Fire.
Hopefully, like all of us, you feel with your hands.
Burning away, releasing the excess, endings, clear ways for beginnings. I may be overcommitted and have taken on too many burdens. In this moment, I do the work of decluttering my life. All that I release, like pathetically bad working computers, all that I release will take new form and serve the greater whole. But I no longer need to hold on to it simply because it once seemed to have value for me. I thank it for what it did for me, and I do. But say goodbye to the emotions, relationships, and situations that I realize do not belong in my life anymore. So say bye-bye to those things that you are burdening yourself with. Let them go. Let them go with love. Because maybe at one time they served a valuable purpose for you. But, if they're dragging you down now and they're not, functioning in a way that serves your greater good, maybe it's time to let it go and release some of that baggage that we carry.
Sometimes these routines that we are obliged to adhere to, or these tasks that are burdens or obligations, they are Zen moments for us where we can maybe do this almost automatically and try to put our thoughts to the Zen of that problem or that situation and try to find some better angle there, some better way through that, some better way of understanding it.
I thought you said butter way of understanding it.
Well, I did that for you, honey, because I know you like butter so much.
Well, I do at times, especially on baked potatoes. Those baked potatoes you slather with massive quantities of sour cream?
Yes, but guess what? You're so observant. You haven't noticed that I've not been getting a lot of baked potatoes lately.
No, you've been getting...
French fries.
No.
Your favorite vegetable.
No.
French fry.
You have been getting saucy burritos that you slather
with
sour
I've gotten so
cream.
many times. No, I actually got that one yesterday and said I hadn't had it in a while. But you didn't remember that.
I was wanting to try that, Kara. I may do that someday. That looks good to me.
Well, you know what Mother
Look, I got
Nature
some
says?
butter fans out here, okay?
You can do butter with that.
All right. Who's first, Mr. List Keeper?
It's Marita.
All right. Let's.
And yes, her favorite vegetable is the French fry.
It is not true.
It is true. What is your favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetable is actually cucumbers. It's cucumbers.
Okay, that's fair.
One could also argue for onions because I like to slather onions on a lot of things. So, there is that one too. But anyway, I do like cucumbers, but I don't get enough of them. You should buy more.
You should.
Green bean. I like green beans.
I love green beans. Some are better than others. I like certain ones better than others. But yeah. All right, Marita.
What do you got?
You are the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is your happy hour message. This is saying embrace the things that maybe instill a sense of challenge and motive to accomplish something. Feel this energy today specifically. It's really about, the forces of creation, but it's also about how your own charm and charisma factors can fire your motivation or your determination to accomplish stuff.
You're looking for, I feel here with the Queen of Wands, Marita, I know how you are trying to find your place in, the work world. And you are just working very hard at trying to share your light with the world through what you want to do in life. And I think your spirit is honoring that. I feel that you will have that opportunity, that it's a matter of time before, that little spark, that flame, inside of you will be shared with others around, the world. I think, or, in your world, let's put it that way. Because really, it's great to be a mover and shaker that commands, real power out there in the world. But I think real power comes from lighting one candle at a time out there, It's a local thing, It's where we make our impact known with the little things we do, in our own worlds. So,
and I know you're still working through your job situations. This is a good sign of saying, approach, this next week with the task in mind of being as confident as you can. Boost your confidence. A lot of times this can help, having that tone in mind as you're trying to achieve those kind of things too.
Having that positive, believe in yourself attitude, and to be totally confident with what you are putting out to the world, that will have an impact on how people will receive you, and they will be drawn to you. They will want you in their how do I want to say this, in their circle, whether it's the work world, whether it's in your social life, etc.
Hi, Shirley.
So I wish you luck with that. It's a great start for happy hour to get the Queen of Wands.
We got you on the list too, Shirley. Thank you. All right.
Did I do that, Kurt, or did you?
We got you. I did it because you handed me the deck. Remember?
I did, because I started shuffling and then I realized
I'm going to repost the list. And Jackie is up. Hey, Jackie.
All right, Jackie, let's see what we can get for you. Boy, it was a heavy cards this week for our cards of the day. I'm hoping next week will be better. We're going to pull them today. We didn't pull them yesterday.
Well, you kind of, coerced me or whatever into using that damn tarot of oppositions.
It's
a worthy but heady deck to deal with.
And remember, it's a mutual deck. So.
It's our deck, yes. You gave it to me, but I decided to share it with you because I'm so wise.
That's right, because it was your week to pick a deck. And yes. I kind of did steer him that way. It's true.
Oh, thank you. That's very cool. Thank you for all the likes, everyone. Shirley was number 8, I guess. If you still haven't liked it, there's still time.
Who's up right now?
It's Jackie.
Jackie!
Ooh.
Guess what you have? You have the 9 of Cups.
Make a wish.
Not just, well, you know what? I think something that you have been working towards, wishing would come through for you. Well, it's possible you might get some good news in that regard this week. It just seems like things are going your way. You're going to be very satisfied with your progress this week, or with some, success that you have, getting something that you really desired. This is a positive sign to also focus your intent and your will more strongly on what it is you desire. The more energy you put towards manifestation, the more likely, that it will lead to manifestation, maybe in this week ahead. So it looks
It is
good.
about manifestation. It's also about maybe how you have a relationship with what you really love or enjoy your life. So this is saying, like, the things you really care about are strong in your life, and that maybe, wishes pertaining to some of those have more of a chance at this time too. It's really an enjoyment, I think, too, of what you love in life and what loves you back.
Hi, Garima. Absolutely,
Hi,
you
Garima.
can be added. So that's what we have for you. I can't think of anything else other than remain positive, remain focused on what it is you want to manifest, and put that energy out there. The universe wants to respond. I love it. Your turn when you're ready.
All right, I'm just updating the list here.
Yep.
And Lena is up.
Hi, Lena.
You're welcome, Jackie. Thank you, too. Hi, Preeti. I'll get you on the list.
So I may have my son look at the computer, but and see what he can do, work his magic. But I really think it's time. It's 5 years old, which is really sad to me. Used to have computers last a lot longer than that. But, we're doing a lot more streaming and things that maybe wear it down. I don't know.
We're doing it harder, Daddy.
They just don't build them like they used to, in my opinion. But
all right, Lena, you have the 5 of Swords.
5 of Swords. Lena. Well, I think this is a time for you to kind of tune out the people around you who are antagonistic, who have a negative attitude, who maybe even, get in arguments with you, disagreements, and you just sort of feel like, why am I putting up with this? And why indeed? You don't have to. You can rise above that. You can choose to walk away, or you can choose to not engage in something that, is just something you can't win. So why bother? Move on. Move on, this says, and set your sights, set your spirit higher than getting involved in petty arguments and other things. So I feel this week, despite people, maybe trying to bring you down, you're going to do the right thing and just say, hey, I'm not playing. I'm not getting involved in this. And that would be, that would bring you happiness, because you don't need to get involved in other people's dramas, right?
Empty your cache. There's a memory catcher, and you can see that in your message too. Sometimes that can help. Yep. Okay, so.
Oh, okay.
So Lena, hi Siama.
I will do that, Fiber. Thank you, and Carl.
Lena, the spirit is closer than you can imagine right now. It literally could be nestled by one of your ears telling you, to avoid listening to the things you know are really bad. Avoid listening to the things you know detract from people's relationships or from people's getting together. Aim higher. Look at the picture of the card. There's a human figure that looks like they're beginning to ascend, following that trail there. Follow your own trail. Try not to hurt or harm others. Don't listen to the bad things. Only try to find the good things that can move you away from the situation, because it is a situation you may need to move from. Think of better things to do with your time and energy.
Absolutely. And there are better things to do with your time and energy. So choose to be happy this week and not confrontational. Walk away from anything that just seems like there's going to be a fight or argument or confrontation. Good luck with that.
All right, so we're on Fiber. Hey, Fiber.
Fiber. I will try that. I think it's the battery, though, because now my battery on that computer is saying service is necessary.
Right,
so
you had a bad battery situation that our son fixed about a year ago.
He replaced the battery once, so... but it wasn't with an Apple battery.
And it's a Macintosh, right?
Yeah.
So that it may not necessarily correlate to other computer designs or situations. Our son loves working on it.
No, he hates it. He does hate it. He says the apples are the worst things to work on, and I understand that.
I don't know where we went wrong. We brought him up to always like Macintosh and apples. Where did we go wrong?
Maybe where we went wrong is we refused to change. But I love my Macs generally. Other than this, I do. I don't like the cost. I will never buy an iPhone because I think that's ridiculously expensive in my opinion for a phone. But, that's just me. But I will get the darn ridiculously expensive computers. Were you supposed to do this card? Well,
nope.
Whatever.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Or maybe I was, but it doesn't
really matter. Fiber, you better get to work, girl.
Uh-oh.
Get to work. Get to crocheting.
Right.
Get the yarn going, or get the writing. Get your computer out there and start writing up a storm, whatever the case may be. Or with your community organizing, it's time to get to work. Buckle down, do what you love, do it with love, because we should love what we do. Why would we do it if we don't, right? So I think here this is showing a very busy, productive week, and that you're going to be very happy just whistling while you work. And I can't whistle anymore. I used to be able to.
Good luck with that then. That sounds great. It does seem like there's
cool.
a sense really of guided inspiration or guided mediation towards the tasks you handle. The eights there with the cycles of movement there represent you have a lot of stuff going on, yet somehow you're able to keep organized and focused. And part of that is good work habits, good organizational habits, and good everything else with that to really clearly see and create flow or process for yourself. Nice.
Well, yeah.
Another project you've been working on.
And you could look at that as being your energy being thrown out there at all this work, but also you could look at this as, the light, the excitement and joy and light you get from what you do and from making progress. So keep it up. I love it.
Alrighty.
Good luck with that. And you get to pick for
Carl. Hey, Carl. Thanks for those tips. And I'll get the list updated too.
For now, it's working better when it's plugged in, my computer. It's really on borrowed time. So I think after the live show on Sunday, I'm going to try to get the computer to my son. But I'm also going to be pricing computers, going over to Best Buy or whatever, and looking at what they have price-wise and start planning this out.
Carl, 10 of Cups.
10? Oh my goodness. Well, isn't that nice? And isn't that nice family, community-oriented sort of card as well? You know, you get great joy by from the people you surround yourself with in this next week. And it just seems as though maybe you're at a point now with certain projects or goals. Some of them are being finalized, maybe being completed, and you're feeling good about it. You're feeling very happy. This is a sign of, we just had this card, as a matter of fact, for our card of the day on Friday, with the Tarot of Oppositions. And, I spoke about the idea of everybody getting together for the Pope's funeral, the human family getting together, or the Catholic family getting together. And it's kind of like that, happiness being derived from your tribe, to celebrate life. Everybody, at the Vatican is celebrating the life of Pope Francis. They're also mourning at the same time, which was interesting because I really think it fit that Tarot of Oppositions well. But the thing is that for you, this next week is all about community and being happy, being with others of like mind and like spirit, and completing something important to you.
It could also be that you would be very much in your element for events next week, and maybe that weekend festival, because cups are your element, the water sign, your Pisces, and cups are just generating this sense, really, the 10 of Cups is generating this sense, really, of unconditional love, of a fulfillment sense of feeling like your world has really become a circle. It's just sort of spinning around, spiraling in, spiraling back out, but it's firm. It's a circle. It's a bubble. It's an amoeba.
Well, I hope so. That's what we have for you, Carl. Good luck with that. Anything? Okay, so it's mine, and who are we on?
No, you just did the last two, actually, is what we determined.
Oh, then go right ahead.
I sure hope so, too. All right, so War Country Love.
Indeed.
You're welcome. Thank you. High Country Love.
Well, you're welcome, Fiber.
Have a good week, guys.
Yeah. Sounds like you both will. I mean, look at that. Let's think about that. Fiber had the... Wait, what did Fiber have? Did she have the 9 of Cups, right? No.
No, I think that was...
that was Jackie.
Jackie, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She had the 8 of Pentacles. That's right.
That's right.
The happiness from the 8 of Pentacles, and I just think it's going to be a great week for both of you. It looks good.
Country Love.
Hey.
Change. Change we must.
Cha-cha-cha.
Changes.
Tried to goad him into singing there.
Turn and face the strange changes.
All right. Death, rebirth. This is a time to out with the old and bring in the new. Clear out. We had that 10 of Wands in the beginning for the collective, and it spoke about releasing the things that no longer serve you, that have become burdensome. So I think here death is here to say this is time to clear out things that are blocking your progress, things that are blocking your elevation. And it's time for growth. It's time to welcome in change. the more we change things up in life, I mean, the more we grow. And, sometimes, yes, okay, sometimes there's growing pains attached to change, but it's sort of like we can't always be expecting everything, no challenges in life. Challenges are what can make life very interesting. So accept the challenge to make a change in your life this week, and open yourself up to something new.
Some changes are not always earth-shattering, but this may be one you want to pay attention to. This may indicate that something really needed to end for something else to begin. And a lot of times we may have situations like that in our lives where some things just don't really say goodbye or say hello until we're ready to say goodbye to something else. It just seems to be the way it is. I would expect that this would mean a grand resolution to maybe a problem, because it puts you off into an entirely new direction. I'm actually feeling that kind of vibe, like there's a resolution to a long-lasting problem that just maybe will clear the way for something new, some new growth of some sort.
Well, good luck with that. I think it's awesome. Oh, we're on the cardboard.
And we are on cardboard now. Hey.
Maybe Mr. O will make a song.
I just thought of that. Get out your earplugs, everyone.
Or Mr. O will sing a song, more likely. I don't know that you're that much of a song creator.
No. I mean, I used to write some lyrics. I'm only good for a snatch of lyrics here or there.
Well, in poetry, we used to have what we used to call rhyming couplet wars. Remember that?
Ah, yes.
Where we would try to out-rhyming couplet each other. All right, one more. All right.
Yes, after all these years of marriage, we have to keep coming up with new things to have fun.
Oh, talk about completions. It's the world.
It's the world for you. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Well, what can you sing for that?
Help me out.
I don't know.
Give me an idea.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
We got to punch that up, though.
Okay, well, you punch it up.
I'll just punch you up. The world is here for you, Cardboard, because the world says you maybe have gone through a cycle. It's almost like the last card. Something else is about to happen. But it's not necessarily a dramatic change. It's sort of like just really moving on to the next phase of something you've already been doing, perhaps.
Your world is, your world has been, maybe you've been on a certain path and you're about to enter a new phase now, enter a new realm. I like this because it's also, to me, this card is more than just physical and material. It's really mental and spiritual. It's almost like traveling between the worlds, going from one world to the next. And so I almost sense a spiritual journey going on here. And I think that, maybe you feel like you've done what you can in some area of your spirituality, and now you want to take it to a new level, or start something new, start a new cycle, a new path forward. And in the material realm, this could be the same thing, that you have completed something. You're reaching a milestone of some sort, and you're ready to move on to the next. We don't just stay stagnant. We may finish something, we may sit back, hey, I'm retired, right? Oh, it's all over for me. Oh, and I've got cancer, right? Oh, it's all over for me. No. Life goes on. As long as I live and breathe, I'm going to be starting new cycles, and so are you. So I think that's what it's about.
I like what you said there, because I think too, when I look at this particular image, it feels like it's a portal too. It feels like it's a portal that does shift you somewhere else. And the 4 elemental quarters, or whatever kind of quarters they are, that adds stability to that portal. It's sort of like squaring the circle. I like that idea that circles have quarters because of the directions. And I feel like that's the energy of the portal and or of this card, saying move towards your next goal with confidence, but also with a sense of satisfaction from what has happened before.
Yay! Love it. Good luck
you.
with that.
All right.
And that's yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Card Bard.
And we're on Libra then.
All right, Libra. I thought I'd bring out my nice amethyst wand today. It's so pretty.
Good luck on all your projects.
It's one of my favorites. All right.
All right, Libra. You have the Queen of Cups.
Wow. Well, Libra, I think here this is a time of balanced emotions this week ahead. I think this week ahead, hey, I know you always have some interesting dreams. Expect them. Expect more of the same this week. I feel here that, there may be some intuitive messages coming your way. And you also, have you ever toyed around with lucid dreaming, Libra? Because I almost feel here when I look at this card, she's very much in control of her, of her psychic abilities and her dreams. And I almost feel here you could probably benefit from doing some lucid dreaming in this week ahead. Keep yourself anchored in the here and now, but also keep yourself kind of in 2 worlds, in the world of spirit as well as the material, and see, if there's some coming together in this week ahead of the 2. That's I
like what you said about the lucid dreaming. It is an odd kind of experience when it happens. I think I've had 1 or 2 of these. Hey, Russ.
Yeah, I've done it too. Hi, Russ.
But they don't happen very regularly for me. I occasionally have flying dreams. About once a year I have a dream where I try to fly. But Libra, I think this is saying in this week ahead, you need to be the mistress of your emotions. You need to not necessarily not feel them when they're really strong and they want you to laugh more or cry more or be angry or jealous, or you just need to be firmly in control of them and how it is that you're going to display them. You're okay to have whatever those things make you feel, but Spirit is saying maybe you don't want necessarily everyone else to see that. You want to sort of be in command of your emotions, because there may be something important for you to navigate through, and keep your cool, keep your mind about you. It may be, a very dramatic event. I don't think this is signaling like, something, that's just going to be crushing, but it's something you need to have a control over your emotional display.
Well, I do like that. And, I'm thinking here, seeing her partially in the water, that something may surface this week where you will need to either be maybe a peacemaker, somebody who can bring people together who might be, having struggles, arguments with each other. Somebody may need just a little bit of care and support from you this week. Some of your mom skills may be called upon. Maybe it's one of your children that just needs some good solid advice, or just to listen to what they're going through, and so be there for them. Be the strong stabilizing emotional influence that others may need in this week ahead. Good luck with that. Thank you.
And I'll repost the list. And we're on Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
You're welcome.
Well, Nicole is just hanging this week.
It's there.
All right. Nicole is just hanging with the hanged man. So I think this week is a time to pause, to pull back a little bit, and really start looking at situations and circumstances in your life that may need a little bit more processing. To look at things, whether it's about solving a problem, whether it's about where you want to go next in life, whether it's about should you do this, should you do that. It's time to step back and take a broader look at things. There good things come from that. We all need, in this world today, we're so used to having to make split-second decisions. And there's a lot of pressure associated with that. If you can just step back for a time and think things out, sort them out, you will be much happier with the results.
Nicole, I think this does go to the situation with Keith. I think this is a sign saying that no matter how this works out, it is probably good that you accept this and realize that there is a lesson there. You may not totally realize it yet, or maybe the lesson is for Keith. Maybe he won't totally realize it yet. But you're letting this go because deep within your heart or spirit, you know something better can come from this. You may have to weather through some of that. You may have to stabilize over, the next period of time to try to come to grips with your feelings as well as where it leaves you now. But there is a light ahead for you. You just have to be willing to kind of suspend, things that are critical right now, kind of let them settle in a little bit before you can make that determination to where you really need to be or navigate yourself.
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, I don't see Angel Rivera on the list at all.
You're right, because that was at the transition point between you doing it and me, so I don't even know where he should have been.
So I think we're going to do Angel Rivera next. If you're still here, Angel, we'll do you next.
God, I can't believe we goofed on you, Angel.
Well, he did.
Because you couldn't handle it.
Oh, I couldn't handle it. Ignore my computer problem. Maybe you should work with my tablet.
So Angel is actually after Nicole is what it looks like.
No kidding.
Maybe that was your psychic senses.
Yeah. So Angel, if you are still here, you are next, okay?
And if you're not, we apologize.
I'll have to apologize. Oh, there you are. Okay.
We're going to bicker with you. No, we're not.
So, that's okay. Mr. O's not perfect. I'm not perfect with the list either. I'm
more perfect than you.
Oh. Anyway.
I got him back on the list.
Thank you for that.
All right.
So, Nicole, I didn't really ascribe this to the situation you brought up, which isn't a very happy one for happy hour, but, it's true that maybe you've already processed some stuff. Maybe that's why this card has come out, and you realize you've had to step away from this situation, that just is not healthy for you. But, whatever the case may be, I think that, now is a time to maybe focus where you go from here. What have you learned from this experience with Keith? What can you absorb and assess so that you move forward in a more positive direction now? So maybe take some time to process all the things that you have been through. And, like I said, you'll feel much happier by doing that. So
I wanted to say again, Nicole, that we are sorry about this, of course. I know it's probably, emotionally really rough for you right now. But I liked what you said there. He is not the one, or I am not the one. And I think that's a saying of you're going to go on and you're going to go towards the one, whether it's the one within yourself or the one, that you could possibly be seeking. So good luck with that.
Oh, Mr. O always thinks he's perfect, Angel. So
she said it, not me.
I pulled that one, so it's you.
After all, you wrote that rhyming couplet. Perfection is drawn from deep in my heart.
Perfection is here.
I thought you said it's drawn. Perfection is drawn
No,
from
that
deep
comes
within my heart.
No. That's so long ago.
Look at her.
I'm thinking.
The wheels are spinning.
Perfection is here, drawn deep from my heart. The spirit of excellence lives in my art. That's it. It took me a while because that was like so long ago. And actually I made a little chant about it, but I'm not going to sing it because I can't totally remember it. Do you?
Well, if I had the words, I could do it, but I need all the words.
Perfection is here, drawn deep from my heart. The spirit of excellence lives in my art.
Never mind. Angel, we got a card for you because you don't want to hear my singing. Angel, despite everything we've done to you this morning, you remain the emperor.
You rule.
You rule.
Wow. So
you have a sense, really, of comfortable control over everything that you can. And if it's something you can't, then you're still comfortable, because you don't need to control it. You're sitting there, you're a little abstract. Maybe you're looking at what you can move around on the chessboard, and it doesn't matter with what urgency or precision you do that, because it's all good. When it happens, and it happens in the way it's supposed to happen. You're really at peace.
I think here, not only are you a leader, you are in the business of creating leaders in a way. We in academic library land, we provide the tools, we provide, we get people to think for themselves by providing them with the information to help them do that. And actually to show them how to find the information to do that, and that's the beauty of the Emperor card. Somebody that assists others and rises them up rather than controls others like some emperors do, some bad emperors. So I think here this is just perfect for a library person because we are leaders in our own right, but we know that it's equally important to rise up leaders to follow us and to blaze their own trail and to contribute equally to the good of the community that we serve. So that's what I have for you. I think this week may be one where your leadership skills will be called upon, and they will be respected as well. So I think it's a happy card for you. Good luck with that.
All right, Angel. And we are on Kara now. And we have closed the list. We're less than 10 minutes from 11, and we still have a number of people on the list, including ourselves, and a Namaste blessing. So I thought it was good to close that list at this time.
I can't argue with Mr. O because he's the list keeper today. He is in control. So
you're welcome, Angel.
You're welcome, Angel.
The good news is I don't have to run off to work.
Yay!
I can possibly not have to run off to the bathroom until we're done.
And we got to film my show today.
Yeah, I know that.
I can't even film my show on my computer anymore. It's not letting me.
You're just a real mess.
Maybe clearing the cache will help some of this, but I'm not sure. Everything is a mess. Maybe I should go to Best Buy today.
Maybe you
All
should.
started. Take my computer over to my son tomorrow. He will be mad, though, if he finds out I'm already scouting another computer. He would like us to switch from our Apple addiction. All right.
Not gonna happen.
Oh. Who's this for?
Kara.
Oh, Kara. Kara, you got the card we had for the collective. It's the 10 of Wands.
Pick up your bags and get moving.
Take a trip. No. You know, I think here sometimes we make things burdensome that aren't necessarily so. Or maybe what we should think about is, I know this is going to sound crazy. It's going to sound crazy. But maybe we should find happiness in some of the struggles we are going through right now, because some of them are worthy of it. And I'm saying that even after I had a card today that said we shouldn't always struggle in life, and that is true. So the challenge when we have burdens like this is, how can I make things easier for myself rather than how can I make things more difficult for myself? You know, we carry a heavy load sometimes in our life, but there are ways to manage it that can take the stress off of us. And one of the big ways to management is not to be afraid to ask for help sometimes when we need it, you know, to see if somebody else couldn't help lighten that load in some way.
You know, Kara, Spirit, I think, is telling you that you kind of came over the mountain, and, you know, in Lenormand, mountains are struggles. So I'm going to use that little slip in there and say, Spirit thinks you have actually passed the hardest part of whatever your current journey or plans are. You're now moving downhill. The load is easing and the road is becoming clearer. Spirit says this is not a time to say, okay, I can just drop all these things and move unfettered. You still have to make that finish line, so to speak. So this is also saying, too, that if there really are things that you've been stalling with finishing, whether they're projects or situations in your life, Spirit is telling you, you have a moment here where you can be clear about those things and work on finishing them. That greater things can come to you once you do get past the current.
And, you know, just to kind of go in a little bit of a different direction on this, I would say this. If things seem to be piling on right now, sometimes that's good news, because that means you are really making progress and that you're nearing the end of something. Remember, 10s are completion. 10s are the end. And sometimes things get a little bit more frenetic and heavy as we reach the conclusion of something. So know that whatever things you are carrying right now, they're about to get a lot lighter, and you're about to finish something that you've been working very hard on. So good luck with that.
All right. And now we're on Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. I pulled that. You are up. Oh, we had a full house today, and look at that, 15 likes. Thank you, people.
Wow.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much, everyone.
You're welcome,
Appreciate
Kara.
that. And tomorrow, don't forget to watch Banshee's Material Matters. It's on at 10 a.m. We are live in the chat room to
Come and sip coffee with us.
Yes,
Listen to
have
us
coffee
argue
with us.
in the chat room.
Yeah, you haven't seen nothing until you've seen that.
We really haven't argued in the chat room much.
Let's start. Let's turn over a new leaf.
We love chatting with people because we don't always have time on our shows.
Yeah, we wish we could do everything we want to do. We wish we could have Taro Oki sing tarot songs, related songs.
I'm still going to make him do it. He's talked about it enough. I'm still going to make him do it.
All right, Jennifer, King of Cups.
King of Cups.
something about benevolence here. Maybe this is saying Spirit wants you to be kind to people that maybe need it in your life, that maybe there's someone you know somewhere who could benefit from a little bit of interaction with you that promotes kindness or good feelings. I don't know that this is about any significant relationship in your life. It may be more of a general tone. This is a moment for you to be at peace with yourself, even if none of that applies, like there's any particular person that needs your ministrations, Jennifer. This is saying maybe you do. Maybe you need to be the King of Cups for yourself to feel peace. Look at that. He's just there, chilling there in the emotional bliss of happiness. Water sign, whatever water influences. I'm going to let her go now.
Well, I do think your happiness may come this week through being kind or supportive to others, being empathic, really feeling. Sometimes I think, well, not sometimes. I mean, I do know that the world today lacks a lot of empathy, and there's a lot of things that divide us rather than bring us together. But when you look at this king here, this king realizes, look at, he's putting one finger into, this emotional landscape here. And what it's telling me is that it doesn't take much to make yourself feel happy and to make others feel happy too. Smiling at people on the street, saying thank you to people who are serving you in a restaurant or in a grocery store, telling people to have a great day, giving sympathy to somebody who maybe has lost a pet or, is going through a rough time. Just those little acts, and how it will increase your happiness by volumes compared to that little act that you do. So try to do a little act this week of kindness and happiness and feel the good that comes from that.
I had another idea too, and it was because of something you said about the figure in the card putting their finger into the water. And when I've seen that before, it's like, is it warm enough? Is it cold enough? And so it's like, take the temperature of what's around you. Emotionally speaking, understand that maybe Spirit has given you an ability this week, or it's heightened this week, to be able to mediate or navigate around what emotions are brewing around you, to take that temperature and to maybe be able to alleviate those situations because you've understood where it's at and you know how to make the waters be a little calmer.
Well, am I inspiring your thinking
you
today?
Did. Don't you ever do that again.
It's a rarity. He's often in, when we do our cards of the day for the collective, we're in our own little worlds here. You're getting his feelings, my feelings. Sometimes they blend. Sometimes they are like literally worlds apart. So
that's what we have for you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. And we will move on to Shirley.
All right. Hi, Shirley.
Hi,
Shirley, it's getting closer. Gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, and Angel Rivera, if you're still here, I just got Todd Alcott's Sci-Fi Tarot. It's pretty awesome. There are some things that I'm a little about, but overall, just like the Pulp Tarot, I love it. It's great. And Mr. O has the Todd Alcott horror? Is it a horror tarot?
What are we talking about?
Todd.
What I'm waiting for? No. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about what you're waiting for, or what Jennifer's.
No.
Never mind.
What is the tarot from Todd Alcott you have?
It's Todd Alcott's horror tarot.
Thank you. Okay. All right.
Now I want to bicker.
Anyway, let's see what we have for
Shirley.
Anyway, the horse tarot's coming. It's days away. I think I may be ordering that one directly from Llewellyn because Amazon is kind of on my bad list right now.
I too am waiting over long for a tarot I ordered. It's coming from Vancouver, but apparently it's just taking forever to get here. It's called the Shadow Work Tarot.
Oh, you got it? Cool.
Oh, you got it too. Wow. Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I literally just got it yesterday. I had to order it direct because the Amazon screwed up my order royally, and I'm kind of done with them for tarot. I'm trying to get things more from, other places now when I can.
I found this shadow work tarot on a site called Ethereal. And it seems to be more about shadow work kind of oracles and things. They have one called the Obsidian Veil. That may be my next one from them. They're a little bit pricier than regular tarot decks, but they're not super pricey.
Surely. You've got the Three of Pentacles.
Nice.
And, that's a real positive card in that it's saying to me you could probably get more done and feel more pleased with your progress this week working in tandem with others in some way. Getting others to help you with a project or a goal or your work, or engaging with others and, coming up with ideas on how to progress, basically.
That's interesting, Jackie. I hope it worked out for you ultimately. So surely when I look at the stoplights there, the Three of Pentacles, I get the feeling like Spirit is saying that there's a collaboration. It could be a collaboration on different levels. Maybe it's something that actually has to be a work project. Hey, maybe you're gonna, help clean up the neighborhood with some other people. Or maybe it's more of a mind summit, with solving problems or situations between you and other people through emails or through online stuff to just bring you together. Whatever it is, though, it will involve a certain amount of precision and really willingness to work together. And that's probably where you come in, because you are probably the person who has the most of the ability to kind of pull people together or pull the mindsets together, however this works out for you. So really, it is more of a testimony to your organizational abilities and your management abilities, but also your motivational abilities to get this thing done, because it's probably bigger than you, but it will certainly help you and others. Good luck.
Well, which one did Amazon screw up? It was the Sci-Fi Tarot. I was hoping to have it by my birthday, but even though it was out for delivery, it never got here. And they said, oh, well, you could reorder or you could cancel and we'll give you a refund. Of course, I canceled it because that's like the third time in all the times I've been ordering from them that they've screwed up. But this one really bothered me because I just can't understand how something can be out for delivery like that and very close to being delivered and it's suddenly gone. So I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with you. And I wanted to also, what did I want to say? There was something. Oh, I got mine from something called the Unemployed Philosophers Guild, and they are in New York, and they do some kitschy stuff too. I also got a friend of mine some gifts from there at the same time. But what I noticed about them was they had all of Todd Alcott's decks. And so I'm wondering if he is associated with that group or what the deal is. But they had all of his decks, and I don't recall seeing decks from any other person there. So I figured it was a safe bet to buy it from them. Hopefully I didn't get some sort of knockoff, but I don't think so. I got it for about the same price I would have got it from Amazon, so... No
All
problem.
right, so we are on Garima, and Garima, if you're there, happy birthday. I hope you got a chance to see the birthday reading we did for you on Thursday. And happy birthday, and I hope that worked out.
Oh, okay, Angel. Okay, cool. So, good. That's good to know. Thanks.
All right, Garima, it's the Five of Pentacles. And Spirit says that you are looking for the place where you belong, and you may still be working for a while for that, but Spirit may be indicating to you that there is some light to lead you towards that spot, but you have to be willing to commit yourself to fully embracing that light and moving into it towards where that key is that unlocks a door, metaphorically or otherwise, to where you will feel most welcome or feel like you do belong.
Yeah, be happy in knowing, who's this for? I'm sorry.
It's Garima.
Oh, Garima. Garima, be happy in knowing that doors will open for you. Never give up on yourself. And, you see the person despairing there. And they're despairing despite the fact that there is light. There is light. They could look up and they could find what they are looking for if they did not sit and think that they were so isolated, they were so alone. You will find that which you seek. And this week might be pivotal with that. It might, the doors might open for you this week. But you've got to believe that. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your ability to make that happen. And it will.
All right. So good luck with that.
Good luck with that. There's not much more to say about that, really.
And hope you had a good birthday.
Yeah, I hope you saw your birthday reading, Garima, and that you enjoyed that.
All right. So we are going to move on to Preeti, and we're moving into the final readings.
What? We're up to 17 likes now. Holy moly. Thank you, people.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, that's right, the pouches. Do you know what? One of those pouches, a zipper pouch they had, a friend of mine got me one. I'm using it for something else right now, not tarot decks. But a friend of mine had got me one that looks exactly like that. I don't know if they got it from them or somebody else, but...
After our final reading, we will, which is Russ, so a couple more, we will do a reading for ourselves, and then we will do a Namaste blessing. So we'd like it if you stay for that.
Yeah, we're going a little overtime, but hey, we finally got off of the and we're having fun, aren't we?
Wait till the camera's off, dear. The gloves will be off, too.
No, you don't wear gloves.
Oh, okay.
Okay, in the winter you wear just about everything. This man is like a cocoon. He's got problems with the cold. Oh, hey, Preeti. You have the Four of Wands, TFT's unofficial party card.
When are we coming over for your party?
If you're not throwing a party, you may be going to one. You may be going to a social occasion in the week ahead. Happy times at any rate are coming. This is a time to celebrate something. You know what? Sometimes we feel, oh, what is there to celebrate in life? Sometimes, hey, I just celebrate taking a breath every day, and being here. And so it's up to you to determine that. But I think this week, Spirit is calling upon you to, if you're not actually going to celebrate somebody's success or, some good times, that make your own. Celebrate something in your life that you have accomplished or done, or that you just feel good about yourself. This is a time to really appreciate people and enjoy and celebrate your successes, big or small.
I like the imagery of the tent on this card and the happy people that are dancing outside of it. And, in various other, situations, the big tent is kind of like the symbol of everyone is welcome. It's used in political situations, which is not always truthful, but it means that kind of idea that here is a place where all can come in, all can feel they are a part of that. Whether this is actual literal for you, Spirit may be saying this week involves you opening up or realizing that other people are opening up to you. Spring is sprung in many parts of the world, and so it's a good time for people to start to get back out there and acknowledge their neighbors or families or friends or coworkers that they maybe don't always get to spend as much time with over the course of the year, especially during the harder months of winter. This is kind of saying really spring has turned the corner towards summer, and we are moving towards an even more happy, fun-filled time, or a time of purpose and dedication to what you believe deep inside.
That's what we have for you. I have nothing to add other than, embrace the concept of celebration this week.
There you go.
Celebrate you.
All
Good
right,
luck with
so
that.
we're on Siama and then Russ.
And it's your shuffle.
I know. I dropped a card, and I don't know where it's at. I'm going to have to get up.
Just don't step on it. There it is.
I see it. I saw it before you said that.
Oh.
Oh, and there were 2, 3 there.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know what? I am sorry.
What?
I have to go.
Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, while he's gone, let me just remind you that we will have a live show tomorrow, as well as My Material Matters, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you can ask any question. We will answer to the best of our ability. Some of the questions lately have been truly interesting, and we appreciate questions of all types. I mean, you don't have to, it's great when you come up with something that is out of the box, but you don't always have to do that. We like to answer all types of questions here. And, well, within reason, of course, trying to think what else I had to ask or say. I know we didn't have a lightning round or the tarot talks I've been promising this month, but I'm getting very close to that now. I have a couple of ideas I want to present for a tarot talk session on, it's probably going to be on Google Meetings, not Zoom. And I will be, although I am thinking maybe I will spend some of our TFT money on getting a Zoom elevation so that I have more time for meeting and can invite more people into things than I can right now with Zoom. But for now, I like it small and intimate, and so it'll be by invitation only, but I'll give everybody an opportunity to try to get in when we do that.
I'm back.
He's back.
Bio break.
He needed a bio
You're
break.
welcome,
Thanks for
Preeti.
sharing, Mr. O. And
You
you're
know
welcome,
it.
Preeti. All right, we are on Siama. Hi, Siama. Let's see what we have for you. Thanks for hanging with us, everybody. And Jackie, I see what you said there about the phony, the knockoffs on Amazon. It's a real problem. It's tiring for me to have to go through looking for tarot decks and seeing all these knockoffs, and you really have to have a discerning eye there,
You're welcome,
when you
Shirley.
shop Amazon for tarot.
All right, so we are on Siama, and it's the Queen of Swords. So Spirit is telling you this is a time for thoughtfulness about maybe a particular decision or maybe a couple of decisions. This is a time for thoughtfulness about those, but it's not necessarily a time for over concern. The thoughtfulness may extend to the fact that you realize a breakthrough can happen, or that the decision you most favor will probably lead you towards where you want to go. You just maybe given it time to really permeate yourself so that you can really feel assured you are making the right decision.
I think this is a week, Siama, of thinking, planning, and then strategically implementing something. I mean, this is not, if you're going to take an action this week or do something, Spirit is just saying you'll be much happier as well as better off if you really think it thoroughly through first. You plan it out carefully, and then you implement it. Oftentimes, we just rush forward without giving things the due diligence that they deserve. And this week, there's happiness to be derived from doing planning, strategizing, and implementing it in a structured sort of way. The Queen of Swords, the Swords Court, really knows the importance and the value in thinking things through. Now, I will say this, the Knight is somebody who can really think on the fly. He can just sort of, okay, makes sense to me. and I understand the implications, and I'm going to run with it. And so there's somebody who's just fast-paced, fast thinking. But the queen is going to sit there and really plan it out and give it all the time it needs to gestate before releasing it onto the world. So good luck with that.
All right. And we're on Russ then.
Okay, Mr. Russ.
Hey, Russ.
We got to have a happy word for you today. Hey, I've been looking at some of the Lions draft picks, and I have to say, I don't know. You know, when I get a card like the Wheel of Fortune reversed, like I did for the Lions, I would just say that maybe what this means is down the road, they may find that some of these draft picks may not live up to their expectations. Or there may be injuries right away that are deal breakers, you know. So I'm hoping that's not the case, but I sense that maybe something down the road, because all the draft picks look really pretty promising to me so far. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Jackie. I definitely do. That's why I usually order, like, for example, Hay House decks directly from Hay House, because I got it from some other distributor thing that wasn't taking care of the decks, and there were cards missing and just different things wrong with the deck. And so I will never order a Hay House deck from Amazon again. So, and that's been a long-standing thing. That happened to me a while ago. All right. Was I supposed to pull this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it's a repeat card. And what a nice one, Russ, for you. It is the King of Cups.
Well, as a Scorpio, Cups is your water sign.
Yeah. And so that's true what you said there, Russ, about the picks. You're right. And so the King of Cups is saying, hey, you know, dabble a little bit into the psychic realms this week. I think, you know, we sometimes tend to ignore the king in that regard, that he takes his emotions to a more practical level than maybe the queen. But, you know, I think the fact that that little finger's dabbling in the waters there indicates that he too, you know, is somebody who should, you know, enter the spirit realm more often and the psychic realm and stick that finger in there and, you know, trust your gut in this week ahead. There may be happiness that comes from that. I'm not saying you'll win the lottery or anything or get those magic numbers in your head, but who knows, right?
Well, I like to think, Russ, that when the king shows up on Happy Hour here, it's all about that idea of what they're in charge of. And this king is in charge of good feelings, kind feelings. Spirit may be saying you will have an opportunity to share your emotional wisdom with somebody this week, or maybe actually help them out with their own problems or worries, maybe spreading some good calming words with them, something like that. You are leading in helping others or helping yourself and coming to satisfactory conclusions, things that you feel are not necessarily the epitome of a super high, but something that is generally good enough to where it can be shared by other people too. It's like consensus. Not everybody wins exactly the way they want to, but no one loses the way that they dreaded.
You know, also, we talk about the emotions a lot, but along with the King of Wands, I do feel that, you know, the cup court, or with the wand court and the cup court, both share a lot of creative qualities. You know, I think the King of Cups, really has a lot of heartfelt creativity. They put their heart really into their creations. And so this might be a week too where you dabble with a little bit of creativity, whether it's just creative thinking or whether it's actual creative acts, writing or creating something, sculpting, whatever the case may be. If you've got some creative talents, this might be a week to test those waters once more.
So good luck with that.
So good luck with that.
Sounds wonderful.
Through humor. I love, as you might have guessed, I love humor. I love all sorts of humor. I think the only humor I don't like is slapstick. So, most other humor, there are some movies where they use it kind of in a more milder sense, but if it's a pure slapstick show, I can't deal with it. So.
All right, so now our cards. This one's for Banshee.
Will it be about humor?
You're welcome.
Oh!
And you...
It's another repeat card.
Are the Queen of Wands.
Woohoo!
You are a fire sign
I'm
and
queen
fiery
for
today.
The day.
This card says you are finding a solution for situations that maybe involve you being brave and standing up for something. You're using your charm to actually help you in that standing up process. Oh, that's a hat.
He likes this hat. He finds nothing funny about that.
Yes.
It's his fave.
This hat was made for me by Fiber Magic, so if you diss it, you're dissing her. And it was made for me specially for the Parliament of the World's Religions that I went to a couple years ago.
I think he looks like a baker in the hat, though.
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
I love it. I do. I love it.
But I just want you to know, Russ, that you've interrupted the reading for Banshee. Don't you ever do that again. No,
Actually, I interrupted it by bringing that up. So anyway, proceed. Talk about my glory.
No, I have to answer his next question. Okay. When I asked Fiber to make this hat, I said I wanted something that looked a little bit Renaissanceian. And so this is sort of like a little bit of the hat that Romeo wore in the Shakespeare play. Nice. All right. So more about Banshee.
Yes. Come
on. You roll. You rock. You burn with a flame of intensity that still is charming to witness. And, hey, who doesn't like a little fire in their lives,
burn it up. Burn it down.
Burn it down, Banshee. Burn it down good. No, Spirit is telling you to take initiative, to feel brave enough to raise to what your true convictions are.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to take that and move on.
Do you remember them personally, like from another life or something?
Oh, don't be silly. Now who's being silly? Well, let's see what I get for Mr. O. You're a queen,
I'm
too.
a queen, too. Who knew?
And look, it's the Queen of Swords, which just came up recently.
So another repeat. We both had repeats.
Well, you know what? See, I'm the one that's lively and fun and humorous. Mr. Serious here. Mr. Serious is, doing a lot of contemplation, a lot of thinking.
I'm the one that
things.
makes the best
decisions. And that can be dangerous. But, I think sometimes it's good that he takes the time to think before he writes, or acts.
Oh, you never believe that.
No, I do, because actually, remember what I said about one of your recent
How I hack
cards
it
of the
out.
day? That I said, wow, I don't know where you got those thoughts from and how you put that together, but it works. So,
Once in a lifetime.
I think he's a real thinker, and also, he can be very serious at times. Yes, he can. He's a little cavalier here on the show on Happy Hour, but hey, we do try to be happy here.
It's always darkest
We try.
before the end.
So, Mr. O, you've got something to think about this week, and maybe you're trying to think about ways to make yourself happier. All right. Well, let's get that namaste blessing
That's every day.
and close this show.
All right, everybody. Wow, look at that. A half an hour overtime.
I know. I'm likely not going to give my final farewell message here because it's just complicated. But I want to wish everybody a great day, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Our next live show's tomorrow.
Our next
2 to
live
4
show
p.m.
is tomorrow. I'll throw some hearts out there if this tablet will cooperate. But just know that we think a lot of you all, and we hope to see you again soon. So here is the Namaste blessing. We're going to have Mr. O pick one. Do it, Mr. O. Ooh. And it's all about life's blessings. Life bestows her blessing. She is the wind of change flowing through you, and this change is your blessing. Don't try to hold on, no matter how unsettling it may seem, for all will magically transform when the time is right. When you look back, you will see only love. That's really beautiful. And we did have the death card for somebody today. Change can be very dramatic at times. Change can be unsettling at times. But often when the dust settles, we realize what a blessing that change has brought to our lives, right?
Indeed.
Namaste, everybody. I hope you have a great week ahead, and we hope to see you all real soon. Bye-bye for now.